I wanted to make a video about this website that was linked to me. It sounded like it was a medical institute that's telling you more the truth about illness and saying that there's 7 lies that the medical community doesn't, they don't want you to know the truth. Um, this new age natural medicine is how everything got started. It's the same cycle, and that's what I found that this institute is about. While they're sort of telling you things are available to cure you of most illnesses, um, they're offering sort of like the antidote, which I do believe we need to use if we're going to cure our illnesses. But you got to look at the same pattern. Like, it's really obvious to me that they say, this can be cured without medication, but can be used with natural food. And then they tell you what food can cure you instantly. And while they say this is the food, it can also be taken in pill form. My daughter just got another kitten, so she's in the background meowing away. She's got an addiction to animals. Picks up new kittens. Well, one kitten. Anyways, so what even these naturopaths are like, they need to be in business to sell their natural path, natural foods in pill form. And but that's what the pharmaceutical world is all about, is they find a natural food and then they um, chemically make the same thing, so it's no longer natural. It's a chemical makeup that is designed from a natural source. And that's how the pattern of our pharmaceutical world developed, is through these natural path um, ways of healing us. I know, for instance, ear infections. My grandmother, French, um, she's dead now, but there was a French naturopathic way of healing ear infections, and that's to put warmed up oil and drain your ears, and that got rid of an ear infection. And having 4 kids, an ear infection pops up at 3 o'clock in the morning when you can't see a doctor, and it's excruciatingly painful that no child Tylenol gets rid of the pain. So I've used this homemade cure and took my kids to the doctor the next day, and there was never anything wrong with their ears. I've also had an occasion where my kids during the day had an ear infection and took them to a clinic right away, and they did have an ear infection, but instead of giving them the penicillin, I used the old remedy, and it cured their ear infection. I went back into the clinic and asked them, is it still there? And they said, no, it's gone. My daughter just a year ago had a kidney infection, and typically you'd go to the hospital, but I'm not really believing in doctors these days. So we did go to, I think it was garlic and echinacea. There are a few remedies that I searched out that we used just natural vitamins, and it ended up curing her kidney infection. And it was bad. It was either a bladder infection or something, but she couldn't even walk, and it was like almost 2 or 3 weeks. And instead of going to a doctor, we ended up using naturopathic ways of healing. But this is all diet. It's clearly what would be in these, we're not eating enough garlic, or we're not even eating the food sources that provide this echinacea or whatever the natural food is. It should be in our daily diets. And governments are destroying our food. And we're doing it to ourselves by choosing to go to fast food, which is employing people, and we use them. The more we use them, the more we create a demand for it, and then all of our resources go towards the demand that we create ourselves. But if we improved our food sources, we'd definitely be improving our health. But at the same time, here's the problem that I have with this concept of curing your illness with even natural foods. or naturopath is they're not looking at the causes of what creates an illness. And that has more power. That's what we really need to look at, is what's causing all of these illnesses. Because you can get a cure, you can take a pill, but if you can't even see that it's your diet that you need to change, then you're going to be reliant on a pill, and somebody's going to be, in need of an income making these pills for you to take, and then the pharmaceutical world will, because everybody's going to need to take it, because we've created our environment that says the only way you're going to get it is through a pill. So a lot of all of the ways that we live our lives and create our environments are, the causing the cancers. You can't put toxin in your fields. If you want to be a farmer and you want to be competitive and you've got to live within the government rules and regulations and spray poison, don't be questioning why you've got a big huge hospital that's treating cancer. You've got a cluster of cancer patients now because of the toxins you are putting out into your world. And if you want to cure cancer, get rid of those toxins, because no pill is really logical to take. You're only making some guy get rich off of giving you a pill, off of you breathing in toxins. You got to get rid of the toxin. You got to get rid of the negative behavior. We have to change our environment, because one way or another, it's not only causing an illness, but it is causing hardship for other people that you can't connect the dots to. So that's why I have a huge problem with these naturopathic ways of curing illness. Although I do think that we need to use them in the short term, it should be something that's obsolete. And yeah, a lot of people are going to be, coming at me negatively if I say, hey, this is a behavior that's causing this type of illness. We should look at that. If it goes against your belief system, if you believe that you're not doing anything wrong, then what I'm saying is something worthy of being attacked, because you don't want to change your own behaviors in your own environment that's going to end up killing you. And yeah, because I live in the same world you live in, it's kind of important for me to sort of spread this knowledge, because I can't control a farmer that's putting toxic into the air that I breathe. At the same time, I'm a smoker that, I'm putting stuff out there that's not good for my environment or anybody else's environment. So you can see that change starts with self and starts with me, but it also starts with everybody else at the same time. And we just didn't know any better. And now that we have a will to want to change, we have to be receptive to new information, no matter how hard that pill is to swallow. Change requires you have to admit you're wrong, and change within yourself, and then change your families and your communities, and then the world will change. That's how we get global peace. Peace out.